Good morning, everyone. It's Twin Flame Tuesdays. Hello, Gabrielle.
Hello.
I'm so excited when I went on my walk this morning. As you know, I did a little introduction about today because we didn't get to go to the zoo, but that's okay because we get to be together this way. And we've already, how long were we on the phone yesterday and the day
I
before?
know.
And girl, but it is so good to see you. And it looks like a park where you're at. It's beautiful.
No, it's actually my front yard. I just came out here today because the mosquitoes was biting back there, so I came to the front.
Well, it is Mississippi.
Yeah, I know. And
We
I
grow
got
them
mosquito
big.
spray.
Yeah, we grow them big down here,
I
and
know.
you attract all the bugs. They love you.
I
They
know.
love you. You're just sweet sugar girl.
Well, thank you.
So, well, we're going to start today with just because we wanted to do a grounding and clearing and just a basic starting the day meditation. So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to talk some wonderful stuff today that is for twin flames or not for twin flames, right?
Mhm.
We're going to talk about the fact that June is a mirror month and what that means and how that relates to everyone. And it's about expansiveness, and so it's going to be a wonderful conversation. But first, let's drop into our heart space and clear our energy and ground and set the tone for the day. So, feel into your heart space. Breathe in bright white healing light, and exhale. See yourself surrounded by a bright white healing light, which is your aura. Feel the expansiveness of it all around you, above you, to your sides, below you. This is your energy field. This is the integrity of your energy. This is your space, your sovereignty of self. Universal law says this is yours, no one else's. Claim that, own that in your heart space. Breathe in bright white healing light, allowing only that which is of the purest light. Have filters in place. Only the bright white healing light can come in. Breathe it in, let it out, and feel your field getting larger and larger, more and more expansive. And now we're going to breathe in one more time. And this time on the exhale, we're going to exhale out the root chakra, out the earth star, down into Mother Earth, and we're going to clear all that is within us that does not serve. So exhale, as Gaia gladly takes from us all that does not serve us, all that is not ours, and takes it and transmutes it into pure energy to be used again for the good of all. And now, with our filters in place, we're going to open up our field, our energy field, our aura, and we're going to allow the light that is us, our light and only our light, to come down through our stellar gateway, through our soul star, coming down through our causal chakra, through the crown, through the third eye. Feel it getting brighter and brighter. You can feel the warmth, you can feel the glow, coming down now to the throat chakra, where it lingers to heal, to communicate. Now to the high heart, to the heart chakra, where it lingers and expands and expands and expands. And then coming on down to the solar plexus, where we feel ourselves getting stronger and stronger. And then the navel chakra, the sacral chakra, the root chakra, then our earth star chakra, and then down to Mother Earth, who invited us here to begin with, who welcomes our light and grounds us all the way to the core of the crystalline grid, and then projects or mirrors that light back up to us, and it comes back up to our heart space. And we spread our arms freely to share unconditional love with all the world for the highest vibrational frequency, for the highest good of all, unconditional love. With our energetic field in place so that love goes out and only good comes in. Love goes out, love comes in. And we call to ourselves across all time, space, universes, lifetimes, dimensions, and incarnations, past, present, and future. And all fragments of ourselves we now raise to the vibrational frequency of unconditional love. And then we cut all cords to those fragments and leave them where they are. And then we come back to center in our own energy field. Connect to our heart space. And allow the light that is us and only us coming through our filter, shining down brightly now. As we are integrated as one whole and complete light being, to enjoy this heaven on earth that we've come here to live. We are feeling in our heart space, grounded, projecting and coming back up from Mother Earth to the heart space. What is it I want to feel, be, and experience? Keep me in the vibrational frequency that is me today. I am open to your guidance. Guide me through my heart space. All of me wishes to work with all of you, so that as a whole and complete light being, we may have the best and highest good from this lifetime, and work with the whole, so that all of the cosmos is in sync and harmony, and the best and highest good of all is attained, for the beauty of all. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Namaste.
Ashe, so let it be. Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you. So, girl, it's a mirror month.
Yes.
Are you hearing anybody talk about this?
No.
You know, the only day I heard anything about it was when it was the 666.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only day. And I'm flabbergasted because I caught, like, of course, I wasn't paying attention to the calendar. I've been super busy.
Yeah.
And then on like the 3rd, I'm like, all month is a mirror month.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing anybody talk about it. Of course, I don't listen a lot to what other
Yeah.
people are saying, so that I don't get tainted or confused about what's channeled to me and what other people are saying. So like I get stuff, talk about it with you all, and then I'm guided to confirmational things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so-and-so is saying it, and such is saying it. And y'all are like, you've been saying it for weeks. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I know, but so-and-so saying, you know. So, but I'm not hearing anyone else
me either.
about it.
Me
and
either.
We have a 6, which is an auspicious number. and I wish I could remember what it was. I had it looked up the other day and remember, but I don't. But it's a strong, powerful number, and
It means change. I know that.
yeah, and 5 means change too, and
Yeah.
6, yeah, it's a powerful transformational number. It's about living your best life and being happy and all of those things. I know that kind of stuff. I know in the end. I know you're looking it up because that's what you
Yeah,
do.
I'm
So,
looking it up.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then we have 222 because
Uh-huh.
and so we've got 6 on the end. And so whatever number is in the middle. Now today we are the 14th, so we have 5 in the middle. So today is a change day for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
today is a powerful portal day for change.
Yes.
So if there is something going on with you today that you want to change, what have you found about 6 for us?
Guess what it pulled up right away?
Oh, girl, the way the universe does things, I'm not even going to guess. You just tell me, girl.
Unconditional love.
Oh, of course it did. Of course it did. You
Unconditional
can't
love
make
right
this stuff
away.
up. You
Yes.
can't make it up.
No,
I
you
mean,
cannot.
I love the universe.
Me too.
I love it. I love where we're at in life,
In consciousness.
in consciousness,
Yes.
in vibrational frequency, in
Yeah.
the
Yes.
I love this.
I know. The inner child. The
I
inner
love this
child.
stuff. And so, yeah, so today is unconditional love, and change in the middle. And
Yeah.
so, if you ain't feeling it, it's time to change. And
Yeah.
today is the portal day for it. And so, you know, why are mirrors important in any relationship? Because twin flame is the model for all relationship. It's the model of the universe relationship. I'll explain really quickly because the universe was alone. The universe first replicated, but that was only itself back to itself, and that was just exactly itself. So then it divided into twin flame, which then gave it gave co-creative power so it could be expansive. So then there would be exponential relationship. And so,
Can I say something right there? I want to bring the science
yeah,
part.
yeah,
That would be equivalent to cells. When you have cells that are one cell organisms replicating. Then you
yeah,
have two
yeah,
cell organisms, and you're
yeah.
more expansion. You have more genetic disposition. So yeah. I just wanted to bring that up.
Which again is a microcosm here on the planet,
Yeah.
and the macrocosm. The
Yeah.
micro
As
to the
above is
macro.
below.
Yeah, as above, as below. And
As
yeah,
within is without.
and absolutely, you can't make this stuff up. For people who say there's no science to this, it's all science. And for those who say it's all fooey and mythology and stuff, no, it is where the basis for everything comes from. We are energy, and there is so much more to what energy is than what you learn in a basic physics class or an electronics class
Yes.
or something like that. There's so much more to it. So the universe wanted to experience things and came to understand because there's not just creation.
Yeah.
We were not just created. We are constantly creating. Because once you just have a creation, you get bored with that after a while.
Yeah.
And so there's ongoing creation, creating. We are creating always. And so there is no, oh, this is how it is, always. There's none of that. And so that is where the exponentialism comes in. So that is where the expansiveness comes in. So we are expansive. And so, but mirroring, whenever you mirror yourself, then that is how you see what you need to see so that you can exponentially expand.
Yes.
So with twin flame, the goal is that is your best mirror.
Yeah.
And so if you will look at that best mirror, that is your best opportunity ever, ever, ever to have the exponential life. Because some mirrors are only meant for a short time and you grow and you go on.
Mm-hmm.
Grow and go.
Yeah.
The twin flame, that is your perfect mirror. So you can grow and grow through together and continue to exponentially grow and grow through together. And that is the design that is intended. But what do we do? But it's all relationships.
Yeah, our relationships.
Yeah, all relationships. But twin flame is the model.
Yeah.
So what do we do, Gabrielle, when especially since we're talking twin flame, but it's any relationship, whether it's a job, your child, whatever. But what do we do when the other mirror, the person we know
Yeah.
should be mirroring with us, they aren't in vibrational frequency and they don't get it? What do we do?
We have to stand in our frequency. That is, everything leads us back to us, leads us back to thyself. If this world is in chaos, or if people around you are in chaos, you are meant to stand in your frequency and not allow that chaos to disturb your own internal universe.
Yeah.
We see it in the cosmos. The cosmos, you'll see planets colliding with each other. Then you'll see other planets over there don't have anything to do with it, holding their frequencies, letting whatever happen over there, So as above is below. When whatever is going on, when people around you are not able to look at their own wounds, look at their own self, even, and it might start into something, might start into argument or whatever else. It is your duty. We can't make people change. We can't make them see what they cannot see.
Absolutely.
We can only do our work on ourselves, stand in our vibration, put that vibration off, show the people, show the world on how to stand in your vibration. And one of two things will happen. Their higher self will see that and recognize that, and they will gradually, in their own way, however it looks for them, that's fine, get into alignment their own way. Or if they're not ready to it's free will here. If they're not ready to get into alignment with that, then that's where you're going. You have to have enough sovereignty over yourself to say, I am not going to be in this situation anymore because it doesn't serve my highest purpose, twin flame or not twin flame, work partner or not work partner, whatever dynamic it is. If this relationship is not feeding my cup anymore, then I have to have sovereignty over myself. So it's all about holding your frequency. It's all about knowing thyself and being aware that people are at levels of understanding, Be aware of that. Just don't get into the energy of, well, I know sometimes we get into this energy, we just want to cut people off all of a sudden, all the time, But that's the thing. If the relationship is moving in some kind of dynamic, then you can see the growth, then therefore you are growing through it. If the relationship is stagnant and the stuff is exactly the same way it was from 5-10 years ago, then you all are just going. It's just in a loop. Nobody's getting nothing out of it.
Yeah, you said so much there. One, expansiveness means, and that's what exponential relationships are about, means, and this is so important with twin flame, but with everything. Spiritual growth, energetic awakening, whatever we want to call this, if we're truly having this experience, we understand that our twin flame or whoever, they may grow and awaken too, but they may not do it the same way. We have to be able to sit down and have the conversation. They may know they're our person, but never even believe in twin flame. And that's okay. If they know our person, they're our person. If they feel the same way we do, if we're growing through it together, but we don't use the same terminology. But how many people do you know that if they don't talk the same language I do, but they don't feel like I do, they don't call themselves my twin. But you're getting hung up on
words. You get hung up on dialogue. But that's what this whole split. Let's just take that back because you said a lot right there. That's what this whole split in consciousness is all about. We get hung up on certain areas. Like when we get hung up on the term God, universe, source, creator, whatever name you want to give it.
I don't care.
We're all talking about the exact same energy being, whatever name you want to give it.
Right. Yeah, we get hung up on the semantics of it. Yeah. And that is why I'm constantly looking at the vernacular of what we use, because it triggers people. And so I'm constantly trying to find the generic way of saying things so you don't trigger anyone. Yeah. So first of all, it's got to be their way and your way, and that's got to be okay. Yeah. And that's what the dynamic of twin. That's why there's a container, another dimension. That's the relationship, and that's where the expansive is. You allow yourselves to be who you are, but you still grow and grow through. Yeah. That's what a relation. That's what the universe is letting us do. That's what co-creating is.
Yes. We are growing. We're learning. We're expanding. As we grow, the universe expands.
Yes. And so we are the model for that. And so anyone who says that they love you, so anyone who feels like, well, I can't be in a relationship like that. If you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't want you to grow, that's not really a relationship. You're in some sort of like dictatorship or
Yeah.
controlship, but you're not
Yeah.
in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah, relationship lets you grow.
Yeah.
Now there's growing together or there's growing apart.
Yeah.
And those are conscious choices we
Yeah.
make. Those are conscious choices we make.
Yes.
So that's where all that comes in. But that whole notion of, you know, relationship is, we don't have to see everything the same. We don't have to do everything together. We don't have to do, yeah. Okay. Society. One of the things you said was, as long as the relationship is moving, it's how we're being guided. If we
Yeah.
are in our vibrational frequency, if we are being, feeling, and experiencing, if we're tying into that every day, if we're tied into that, then we just do as we're guided.
Yeah.
Whatever the relationship is, whether it's
Yeah.
going to work,
Yeah.
whether we contact our twin flame or don't contact them,
Yeah.
you know, whether we, whatever, you know, whether we move on from our twin flame and meet someone else,
Yeah.
we will be where we're supposed to be, do what we're supposed to do based upon that.
Yeah.
So elaborate on how we do that though, because that's all easy to say, but how do we accept that? I mean, how do we walk in that? How do we own that energy? Because girl, you have been helping me come to the place of owning that energy for a long time, because that is not an easy thing to do. You are like one of the strongest in your energies. I mean, it's like nobody messes with your energy, girl. You're like,
Thank you.
nobody messes with your energy. And I was talking to someone this morning about, you know, about clearing energies out. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, and I wasn't worried about Gabrielle because ain't nobody messes with that girl's energy. I'm like, don't worry about her. You know, she's like, yeah, I took care of that. I'm like, yeah, I knew you did, but I was just giving you a heads up. She's like, no, handled it. I felt it. I handled it. I'm like,
But you know what? That hasn't always been the strongest point of mine. That, and actually, this is how this journey works. A lot of times, we talked about this before. A lot of times that we struggle with, one of our hardest things we struggle with becomes one of our biggest powers.
yes.
And so, how do you really just stand in your vibration? Like when people ask me, you know, like I have a protection course, and the
Yes.
protection course gives you everything you need to know about protecting your energy, setting those boundaries, and everything like that. And the simplest thing I say to protect your energy is to know your power and stand in it. That is simple as day. But how do you do that? Because society, what we've been taught, with everything that we've been programmed, is to not trust ourselves. Is to give our power away to everything, every place, everything around us, and to not trust yourself.
Because you're selfish. You are
Yeah, you're
selfish.
selfish. Yeah,
And you're not doing what you should do.
yes,
And you're not being a good person. And
yes,
you're all of these things, you know,
yes.
and really it's just the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is the opposite. See, when we pour from a cup that's empty or that's drying out, you're depleted. You're depleted. If we don't love ourselves first, we teach people the level of love we have for ourselves is the level of how we teach people to treat us. If we don't have love for ourselves and have those boundaries set in ourselves, we will attract these people in our life that have no boundaries or whatever else they have going on, and you wonder why you're in this cycle of these relationships that are the exact same energy in different form. Like it's like every time I meet this guy, every time I meet this woman, it's the exact same thing, the same toxicity. Well, that's time to take a minute and sit back and say, what is my part in this? What is my energetic part of this? Because it's something I'm not doing for myself that is allowing me to accept this into my reality. Because if you love yourself to a point, you would see when these energies come into your life and be like, nope, tell the universe this is not for me.
it can also be the reason in that meditation that I called on myself
Uh-huh.
and then raised the vibrational frequency and then cut the cords. It can also be past connections we've had, whether in this lifetime, whether another dimension, another
Mm-hmm.
incarnation, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
It could be those energies arcing over,
Yeah.
attached to us. And
Yeah.
it may not even be something you're consciously aware of doing.
Yes.
It can
Yes.
be energy that's attached to you. It can be family energy that's attached to you. It can be
Yes.
the way your family has always done things. Well, and
Yes.
you'll find yourself saying stupid ass shit. Like, well, once I've made up my mind, I've made up my mind.
Yeah.
And, okay, how crazy is that? Because yes, you've made up your mind, but then if you get new information,
Yeah.
why would you not change your mind when you
Yeah.
get new information?
Yeah.
That's a family thing, though, that
Yeah.
you've heard, and
Yeah.
the people you respected said that, or that's what adults did, and so you
Yeah.
became an adult, and so I've made up my mind, and that's how
Yeah.
it is. I thought it over. I thought it over once, and so that's how,
Yeah.
and so we get in those kind of energies, and then we attract people in that's how they are, and then.
Yeah.
But we don't even realize that we've gotten into these patterns and we've become these people, and it's fragments of energy that have been left across our energetic timelines, our
Yeah.
ancestral timelines, even
Yeah.
that are arcing to us, that are
Generational curses. Yeah.
generational curses, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm saying is we don't need that energy because this is what we're going to get into soon because we are abundant. So we don't have to call that energy to us. This is the quantum leap. I love this. I love this. We don't need that energy.
Yeah.
But we want to call it because it's ours and we're responsible for it. So we want to call it, and then we want to say, you know what? I went up a notch or two in my density level.
Yes.
I'm not as dense as I was. My frequency's gone up some. So all my energy out there, raise that up too. And so then everything that's arcing is higher energy across everything. And then anyone that's ever coming into the path of that energy, anybody that I had an interaction with yesterday or whatever that it didn't go well, and and they ruminate on it, it comes to mind.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna come across a different energy. It's
Yeah.
gonna be, boy, I was pissed at her, and then it's gonna be, hold on a second, that conversation I had with her yesterday feels different. What's different about this? Well, I haven't had a chance to talk to them because they won't talk to me now because I didn't handle it. I was in denser energy yesterday. I didn't handle it well. But they're feeling a change in the energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we can cause change by being responsible with our energy. It's our energy management.
Yes, energy is first. Everything is created. Matter is the last thing that is created. This is the physical representation. Everything that you're doing when you're manifesting stuff or whatever, you're not going to see it pop in your hand overnight. You got to do all this energy work, pull your energy back, let go what no longer serves and all this stuff. All this is you claiming back your energy back to you. Yeah, that's what it is. Everything is energy, though.
Yeah, it's my energy. I'm responsible for it. I don't need it because I got an abundant amount of energy, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So I don't need that energy, but I'm responsible for it because it's still arcing. It's free energy that's out there.
Yeah, what you called it earlier, free radicals, like the free radical cells.
It's radically affecting my life. Okay, well, what makes us get older? Free radicals. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So this body is meant to last forever so that this abundant energy can go on and on and on is what it wants to do. But we've got free radicals that are making us get old. Yes. So if we start taking care of all of our energy like we're supposed to, managing it, and we start cleaning up those messes we've got out there, guess what we eliminate? The free radicals.
Yes.
And the more and more high vibrational we get, the more and more out of density we get, the less dense we are, the more and more of those we clean up. I mean, it's talk about a positive energy loop. And then somebody circles around. They think about us. They hadn't thought about us in 20 years. They've had bad feelings. They've caused a bad situation for them. Yeah. They circle back around. They hit that energy that's ours. And it's like, whoa, that's different. I feel different about that. They don't even know why. You didn't have to reach out. You didn't have to have a conversation. You didn't have to take yourself and revisit that pain and that trauma and all of that stuff, because that's not a healthy way to do things. You're dragging yourself through the mud and the muck. All you had to do was, going to raise my energy there, cut the cord because I don't want to go through that crap again. Mm-hmm. But when their energy circles back around to it, and this is the spiraling up that we talk about.
Yeah. And actually, and it goes back to what I usually do, like we did when I talked about last time, about going back into the energy of the inner child. going back into the energy of your inner child and seeing this person in their inner child form. If it's harder for you to visualize the cutting the cords and you can't grasp that concept of it, grasp the concept of go back into my little inner child energy. This person has upset me or whatever else. Don't even get out the adult framework because you're mad at that version of it. Get back into the innocence before they even had all this trauma or whatever else. Get back into the innocence of their version. You don't even have to know how their version looked. Go into that energy. Your mind will create the picture. Go into that energy and just really be in that energy of play and be in that energy of forgiveness. Children are quick to forgive, are quick to play. They'll be mad 1 second, happy the next. They're quick to let that emotion, energy, and motion move. Adults, we are quick to stick and hold on to the energies and motion that are supposed to be moved.
Causing pain.
Yes.
Dis-ease.
Yes. Chaos. Free
Sick.
radicals.
Causing chaos. Creating the free radicals. Yes. Absolutely. Girl.
So that goes back to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I watched a special that he did about a week ago. And one of the studies that he did, he had some scientists inside of the program or whatever that he was doing. He's doing a lot. He wants to do things for children in the hospital, to bring his work to the hospital for children that are sick and in need. So he was saying to one of the scientists at the end of the study, he said, so this science works, he works in microbiology. And so he said, so what are you going to say about meditation now when it comes to catching diseases, catching viruses and stuff like that? He said, well, I'm not going to say meditation actually can prevent you from catching diseases. I'm going to say the research says it, because the research that they all meditated, they went through this state. Dr. Joe Dispenza does the research on their brain cells and everything else. So he has the scientific research to prove this on what's going on. And you're the whole time, like COVID happened. Yeah, I had it twice, you know what I mean? But I kept my energy and vibration. I took my natural supplements and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about energy management. I wasn't worried. I didn't stand the fear of it and stuff like that. When fear lowers our vibration, fear lowers our immune system. Fear will have you in chaos. Everything in chaos.
Yes.
So when you're at a state of peace, when your internal universe is at peace, meditation puts you in that state of, in your internal universe, your cells and everything coming back at peace. They're able to work more in a higher energetic environment. They're able to do the things they need to do. They're able to heal your body. So you're able to fight off viruses and bacteria that come your way, unlike someone that is not in that energy alignment.
Yeah. Do you want to be in this?
Yeah.
You want to be in this? I mean, that's what it comes down to.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Do you want to be in this anxiety, in this denser energy, thinking that you can handle it all yourself, you in your little self with all the thoughts, handling it in your mind, or do you want to be in the light?
Be in the light.
And you want to live the life we came here to live, which is, what did we come here to do? And what do we mean by this light body? And what are we talking about, this abundant energy? And what is all that about? And what does that got to do with twin flame? And just turn loose, Gabrielle.
Well, lead us there. You just went up a lot. So
well, we're here on a double mission.
Yeah.
A double mission. We are light beings, and we've got cosmic things going on, that's for sure. And we are raising the vibrational frequency of the planet by being in our vibrational frequency. But we don't have to think about it in those terms all the time, because being in our vibrational frequency to do our light work is not incongruent with being in our vibrational frequency to do our human work.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so being in our vibrational frequency to be the person we think we're supposed to be, and then being in the vibrational frequency to be the light being that we are, and being in the vibrational frequency to be the cosmic being that we are, is all the same frequency. So being in the same frequency to be a twin flame, to be in the same frequency, to be in the frequency to be the best employee we could be, to be in the frequency to be a happy person, to be in the frequency to be all the things we want to be, it's all the same frequency.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we've got to know what is our energy and what is frequency and what does that mean and where does this energy come from? Okay, so we got to get in this frequency. Apparently there's one frequency.
Yeah. Yes.
And where
Yes.
did that come from, and how do I do that?
Well, it comes from the universal song, the universal frequency. We're all realigning back to our universal frequency. So we came here and got into these denser frequencies. So we're raising our vibration back up to align with the universal song, the universal harmony, God, source, whatever name you want to give it.
Right.
So, how do we do that? That's when you have to go inside. It's not outside of you. It's not focusing on everything outside of you.
It is your
It,
individual one.
it is your individual one. When you learn how to bring harmony in here, and that's why I preach so hard about going inside and doing the work, going inside and looking at the wounds, going inside and looking at the trauma, going inside and really discovering who you are at your core before someone said, this is how you were supposed to show up, this is how you need to show up, this is how you need to look, hush, this is how you need to be quiet. Going into those areas of the blueprint. As a child, you came here knowing what you wanted to do. You came here knowing what your soul wanted to birth in this reality. Your inner child has all that creativity. The more that you do this work, I had a client the other day, and she's doing some transformation. We on a big transformation part of the program for her, and some of her abilities are coming on board now. Her mediumship gifts, and she was asking me all these questions. I know. She was asking me all these questions. I said that's the beautiful part about it. You're letting go of those energies, those dis energies. So yes, your gifts are coming on board now. So I'm helping her go through all that. So it's just magic and beauty and seeing when we let the dense stuff go that has been holding us back, our true essence, our true light, our true gifts, our true abilities come into place. But for a lot of us, it's so hard to let go. Let go was the hardest thing that I had to learn along this journey.
Because what we're doing, we have to understand that we're integrating the ego, so we're not arguing with it.
Yes.
It's our friend. It's not
Yes, our friend. Yes.
It's here. It's got a job.
Yes.
One, it's got all the programming that keeps us automatically going.
Yes.
And it's got the programming to learn the things that really do matter in this world. There's
Yes.
a difference between learning how to live in society and how to be controlled by society.
We talked about that last night.
And
Yeah,
that's
with
what
children.
our children have got to be taught how to be a part of society, but not controlled by society. And I'm not the one to teach that but I'm definitely the one to say that that's what we got to teach them.
And that's what I'm working with Landon now.
Absolutely, absolutely. But what we've got to do is we've got to get out of the way of the light being coming in, because we aren't building any light bodies. I heard for like a year and a half, you got to create your light body. You got to build your light body. I'm like, what are they talking about? Well, I'm building a light body. I'm becoming a light body. I'm creating a light body. The light's already built. The light's there. What we have to do is we have to let the light in. And we are the light body. What we have to do is understand that there is the collective, there's the universe. Then the universe is divided into light bodies. And then the light bodies want a tactile experience. They want this. As light bodies, each one of them is doing multiple things. They got enough of this going on in all these other dimensions. They've got, well, I'm handling this over there, and I've got that over there, and I'm creating another universe over there. And do you know what's going on? It's chaos there. We don't have that worked out yet. But they created a place called Earth that was meant to be heaven on earth. They're supposed to be like this here. That was their intention. So they created a tactile physical vessel that wasn't meant to get these free radical things going on, wasn't meant to get in its ego and do this too, because they're already doing this. That's not what they wanted. They wanted the light to come in, and they wanted us to be creative, and they wanted us to enjoy the planet, and they wanted us to dance, because I came here, girl, to dance. I can tell you that.
No.
And they, yes, are we going to have experiences? Of course. Are we going to have jobs? Are we going to do things? Of course we are. But we came here to do it at a pace that we have two ways of flowing. We have energy flowing this way that is abundant. That is abundance. You understand abundance when you understand that there is no limit to your energy. You don't have to call your energy back to you. That energy stays where it is. We don't change anything. We leave it where it is, because all the energy we ever need is coming down into us when we let it. Make sure it's your energy, though. Know your energy. Make sure it's your energy.
Yes.
Have your filter in place. Have your aura in place. Make sure it's your energy you're letting in.
Yes. And that's how you have to discover what is your energy. You have to learn your energy feels from other people's energy. That's why you have to sit and do the internal work. You don't know what your energy is going to feel like until you sit with yourself and know yourself. Ask yourself these questions. What does my energy feel like? Sit in it for a minute and just sit in quietness and just feel. Just feel. And whatever you feel, whatever it is, trust that. And then remember that. And actually, I want to go into that. When you said that, I want to do a little meditation. Okay,
Yeah, let's do it, girl.
I want us to get it. I'm guided to bring us back to our inner child.
Okay, you do it, girl. I'm all about it. Let's go. Let's
okay.
hop on a unicorn, grab some sunflowers, and get out in the sunshine.
Come on, let's go play with the fairies.
We didn't get to go to the zoo today. Let's go. Let's take a trip with Gabrielle. Let's go.
Take a trip.
Take a trip and never leave the farm.
I know. I know. Let's take a trip into the magical world of our inner child. So let's just close our eyes for a minute and take some deep breaths and just listen to the sounds of nature in the background. As you're breathing and taking your deep breaths, I want you to imagine being outside in nature where it's not too hot, not too sunny. Everything is just right. The butterflies are flying, the birds are chirping, and the wind is blowing in your hair. You might even feel a little drizzle of rainwater to wash away what no longer serves. As you're in this energy, I want you to go back into the energy of your little child, your innocent little child when you first came here. I want you to feel how he or she felt. I want you to remember the beauty, remember the peace, remember the magic. And while you're feeling and sitting in that vibration of all the magic that's inside of you and inside of this universe and on this planet, I want you to say to yourself, as your child form, show me what did I come here to create. Show me the picture of the reality I meant to create. Just sit with that for a minute. Whatever he or she shows you, let the pictures come up. Feel gratitude for the image that they're revealing to you. Let down all guards of all perception of what you think this should look like. Go into the feeling and the expansion of what your inner child is showing and guiding you to feel on an energetic level of the heaven on earth you were meant to create. Now that you have this image, I want you to take it with you. I want you to come back to your adult form and remember this sacred gift that your inner child showed you, of the beauty and magic and the wonder you have inside of you to create and bring heaven on earth. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes with your gift from your inner child and your higher self.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I so needed that. And I so got the clarity that I've had and I've known.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Bruce Lipton, Honeymoon Effect. The song, If Love Doesn't Last Forever, What's Forever For? I have known since I was a little girl when adults would say, well, that can't last forever. They won't be happy about that very long. And I have said, why not? And that's not what life is. And I'm like, yes, it is. I am here to tell people we came here to be happy. We came here to, yes, there is somebody that will love you forever. And if they don't, that's their problem. You're you and you're okay. You stay in your frequency and what you're supposed to have will come because it will be attracted to you. I am here to tell people if the job goes, then the right one will come. And that is how this world is to work, and that we are bringing it up into the vibrational frequency where it is finally going to freaking work that way. Because that's what forever is for. And I know that, and I've always known it. And that brings us to this flow this way. Because I said flow this way is we have abundant energy. We are meant for forever. This energy is forever.
Yes.
We're meant. This body was meant for forever.
Yes.
The free radicals that we created with this kind of thinking, well, that can't last.
Yes.
Yada, yada, yada. Took our lifespan from eternity to less than 100 years.
Yeah, a blimp.
Yeah. So in this universe, we have a way of measuring increments of time. So time is not an illusion. It's how we measure and it's how we measure things. And because of the free radicals, which we're now, we're going to raise those suckers up. It's going to be radical, all right. And they're going to be free, but they're going to be high vibrational free radicals. We're going to reverse this stuff. Quantum leap and that stuff. So, but the way it is right now, our energetic bandwidth in this way, not this way, our energetic bandwidth this way has never changed. We cut ourselves off from it with the ego, which we have now integrated when we're letting the light in, our energy, when we recognize our energy, and we're making sure it's our energy we're letting in, then this energetic bandwidth is the one we've got to worry about now. And we don't have to worry about it. What we have to do is stop worrying, because that's the problem. We're not in flow when we're doing this. They did not come here to fill this vessel for this kind of life. It's this kind of life. And
not this tactile experience, this tactile experience.
It is not this tactile experience. It is this tactile experience. And they told me you are a joy bringer. And if that's not freaking joy, girl, I don't know what is. And I came here to dance, dance, dance.
Yes.
And if somebody doesn't want to dance, then I'm sorry. I came here to dance.
Yes.
You know? And that's just the way it is. That is what we're here to do. And I know that I'm making it sound so simplistic, but it is supposed to be where we can understand it. It is doing this that makes it hard. Yeah. Anytime we're taking a situation and we're doing this with it, we're mucking it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's something that your heart desires and you're doing this with it, like trying to write a book and you're doing this with it, it's not going to flow like this.
No, it's not.
You're mucking it up. If your heart space is telling you, I'm supposed to write a book, and it won't flow out of you, it's because you're doing this instead of this.
Yes. Yes.
If your heart is telling you, I know I'm supposed to have this wonderful business, I'm supposed to be successful.
Yes.
But it's not happening, you're doing this and you're not doing this. You're getting in your own way. And what it is it's not that you don't have the energy this way. You're either letting this block it this way, or you're letting this cause so much stuff to be, because you're letting societal programming, et cetera, so much stuff on your energetic bandwidth here that you don't have the energetic bandwidth to put the care or the attention or the intention or the gratitude into the right things at the right time. So if you want sunshine and joy in your life, are you putting the energy into the things that bring it to you?
Yes.
The people, the places,
the events,
the
experiences.
the experiences.
Yes.
Or are you saying, I'll get to them, but right now I should, I gotta, analyze those.
Yeah.
We have some shoulds, gotta, we gotta do. That's true. We do have some responsibilities. We've had we take care of the child. We've had we have to feed ourselves. We keep a job until we get the next job if we can, et cetera, et cetera. There are some things that, yes, those are true. But if we stay locked in those, if we stay in our frequency, if we're in our vibrational frequency and we're letting this energy flow, it's going to flow us out of this into this.
Yes.
Those things will be taken care of. It'll say, is this what you want? Let me get you there. Is this what you want? And you'll get that, call so-and-so. Just go do it.
Inspired action.
Yeah, inspired action. And every time you stop yourself with inspired action, you're doing this to yourself and stopping yourself from having this.
And we talked about that the other day too, especially about being entrepreneurs, you know.
Us? We talked about that? Imagine
that. Especially about being entrepreneurs. You know, we have so many big projects going on, so much stuff going on, and we can catch ourselves in this loop of this just being straight in the masculine energy of doing. And so that's when the energies get out of balance. And that's either way when it's out of balance. If you're being too in your feminine energy and you're just in the receiving end and you're not doing, then that's not the inspired action. You have to be balanced within both of these energies, the do and the receive.
Divine feminine and divine masculine energies and dancing. You've got a great analogy on that. So these cards were like all mixed up last night, and you fixed that for me, and you said, well, it's because it's a dance. And I'm like, I'm all about dancing. Of course it's a dance. And it's also the energetic twist of the double helix of the DNA, et cetera, et cetera. But this card has silver, which is lunar, which is the female energy, but it has warrior of light. That's a doing energy.
Yes.
That's not really a female energy, which I'm going to let you talk about. Then for the gold, which is really the masculine energy, it had cup of replenishment. Now that's a feminine way of thinking.
Yes.
And you said, well, I can tell you why. And so go ahead.
That's because the divine, when you go back to the double helix strand, that's that twirl, that's that divine feminine and masculine. You can't have one aspect without the other. It's like a lock and key. It's like you put the lock in, you put the key in, and it turns. It's like the vaginal opening and the you know.
Remember.
Yes.
I'm a nurse girl. It's the penis and the vagina. I can say the words and not bat an eye. Other people are like, oh my God, she said the P and V word. And I'm like, I can say anything you want to talk about, but people are sensitive to it. So
yes. But that's those energies, you know, just to give you a clarification, that's those energies. You can't have one part of it without the other. There are interlocking systems that dance harmoniously together, and when one comes in it, the other comes in it. And this is why society's got into so much chaos, because when we go in one area, regardless of what area we're going in, too much feminine, too much masculine, we get chaos because we're not allowing that other energy to express itself to be expressed.
Right. And we are not like define feminine, define masculine like this, because it is like a double helix, like DNA, and that's not a straight line. That's like
that's a spiral.
And it twists and turns, and sometimes we've got to be a little more in our I'm gonna relax, which normally you think of as feminine and let things flow. And sometimes we're going to be more in that, no, I got to do. And we have to respect those energies and respect each other in those energies and respect what those energies mean. And in relationship, we have to do that too. We have to respect that one has got a little more the other, perhaps. We have to respect helping each other balance those, which is what we want to mirror one another to do. You know, I mean, that is something that twin flames are wonderful at doing, because one tends to have a little more than the other usually. And so they're great at, you're kind of in your doing phase right now, and you need to be a little more in your beingness, or the other one can say, there you go again, all you're doing is being, and there's some doing to do here, or, but you can say those things to each other, and maybe that's not the words you use,
Yeah.
but you can have these conversations with each other because you can really help each other grow
through it. Yes.
become exponential that way. And you help each other become more and more of what you're supposed to be. And you can do things together, you can do things separately, and you have this expansive life together and apart, and together and apart, because of conscious choices you make and how you do it. But it also has to do with how your job flows, how your relationship with your children flows, how all your relationships flow.
Yeah.
We have to
Your
balance
relationship with yourself.
because it's within you.
Yeah.
How much doing and how much being you do
Yeah.
yourself.
Remember I told you this weekend, I was in my beingness this weekend.
That's what causes this.
Yeah.
That is a lot of how the ego gets into this.
Yeah.
It's because the ego didn't understand the feminine flow.
Mm-hmm.
It understood the doing, because
Yeah.
the feminine flow is a lot of what this is. Because this is about the resting and the understanding that it's about inspired action. It's about working together in inspired action, and the ego caught on to the doing part, but not so much the inspired action, working in harmony, etc., etc. The ego got the me part.
Work smart, not hard.
Yeah. And so that's so this, if you're not balanced here, and you can be very balanced in some ways, you can be the most successful person in 8 different ways, and then have 2 ways that you're this.
Yeah.
Or 1 way that you're this. Or this may crop up in your life just occasionally, because this just gets out of balance occasionally.
Yeah.
So but it can be a big thing that if you fix, then across the board everything else comes into better vibration. You can be high vibrational, you can be having a very successful life and still have these things that you can work on and fix and make better. And it can be big things that we wear masks and we hide from the rest of the world, and the rest of the world has no idea. And they think, wow, look how successful they are, look how great their life is, etc., etc. Imagine if you took care of this and you actually were this.
Yeah.
I mean, the world already sees you as this.
Yeah.
Imagine if you went to the exponential version of this.
Yes. That play, the inner child, the beauty, the magic.
Imagine if you stepped into the exponential version of you.
Yeah.
Imagine if you took off the mask, and you don't have to take it off for the world. Take it off for yourself.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror yourself. Find the mirror that you're supposed to mirror with.
Yeah.
Whether it's a healer like you, or me, or whoever, or your twin flame, if we're talking twin flame journey, or your soulmate, or the boss you're working
business partner, or whatever.
Whatever. Whatever it is. Do the mirror work. Instead of doing the shadow work, do the mirror work. Because shadow is by yourself.
Yeah.
Do the mirror work, which quantum leaps it, because that's the light. Shadow is by yourself. When we will do it together, we can grow through instead of going through. We go through stuff alone. We grow through together.
Mirror work helps you to see those shadows. It helps you pierce into those shadows so you can then identify those shadows, but not with judgment. Identify those shadows with love, and to treat those shadows with love.
Because all those are all the things that we identify as our mistakes, our shortcomings, our whatever. Those are just different levels of consciousness.
Yes.
Before you knew. So you tasted chocolate, you didn't know how good chocolate was.
Yes. Like you cooked fish and you didn't know how to cook, so you cooked it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they're those free radicals that are arcing over and they're attached to you. And it's time to raise the vibration of those things and change the situation. So you're not doing this. Because I'm telling you folks, I know that I know that I know, and I know my purpose in life is to tell people, we didn't come here to live this way. We came here to dance, dance, dance.
Dance, dance, dance like it's the last.
I got that sunshine in my
A
pocket.
little Usher.
I'm telling you, I didn't come here to do this.
Hmm.
I didn't come here to watch the sun rise and set by myself. I didn't come here to eat by myself. I didn't
No,
come here to do my business by myself. To I didn't come here to do any of this by myself. I came here to dance, dance, dance. And dancing you can do alone, but it's much better with a partner.
yeah, yeah,
And we all have a twin flame for a reason. We all have
yeah,
soulmates for a reason. We relationship the universe was abundant when it was just the universe. It had all the energy it could ever want. Yet it replicated, then it divided, and it co created because the universe said, having it all is not enough. I've got to be in relationship, and it's got to be an expansive, exponential one. And here we've been handed, the twin flame community has been handed exponential relationship. So we need to come out of this and step into this because we've been handed the opportunity. And we're to lead the way for the whole world to do it because that's the micro to the macro.
as above as below. That's what they always.
That's it, girl. That's it. So, are we going to the zoo next week?
Yes, that is definitely the plan. You know, I told you what I had going on this week.
Yeah.
And yes, so to wrap everything up is really about protecting your energy, having sovereignty over yourself. And we talk about this all the time in so many different aspects because everything comes back to us. And I know sometimes it might seem like simple, like, okay, well, they're just saying it, but how can I do that or whatever? If you need more help with that, I will leave the link below for my protection course. It goes over everything you need to know to protect your energy, set your energetic boundaries, call back in your energies, cut those cords. It has all the information in there. Plus, you get a free one-on-one 1 hour session with me, soul transformational coaching session with me. And then we will go over everything that you learned in that course to make sure you're implementing the tools correctly, making sure you're setting those energetic boundaries to protect your energy. So those things from those other lifetimes, you can let those energies go. From these things that's trying to latch on you this lifetime, you can let those energies go. It's all about knowing yourself and really standing in your power. So that link will be in the description below. But yes, we're all in this together. We're helping each other to remember ourselves and to really just, we're expanding our awareness and our consciousness is ever expanding.
Twin Flame compilation book. We're still looking for authors. We still want you to do that. Of course, A Case of Living is the nonprofit. A Case of Publishing is the publishing company. The proceeds from the publishing company go to the nonprofit. That's how that works. But I do have an offer for people today. We talked about how do you know your own energy. I do something that has been lovingly dubbed as magic carpet rides. Um, I take people through levels of energy so they can feel what different levels of energy are like.
Mm.
And so they can recognize what, whoa, wow, I know what that is.
Yeah.
I feel that. And so I won't do like an hour long thing for everybody and their brother, but
Yeah.
for like the first 10 people who contact me, I will do free magic carpet rides. I don't charge anyway. So, but I can't open it up to the world because I have books to write and I have things to do. So, like for the first 10 people who contact me, there's no charge ever involved anyway. But I will do magic carpet rides for those people so they can like, oh, so this is what that's what different energies are, and that's what this feels like, and because that's what they're good for is because I didn't really understand either. I had started identifying different energies,
Yeah.
but I still wasn't great at, oh, that's mine and that's
Yeah.
this and that's that. But once I had done that, then I started doing it on my own, and I'm like, oh, that's what that is, and that's what this.
Yeah.
And you start. So yeah, the people who do it, they're like, it opens them up, and they're like, you opened me up to a whole new world. Now I
Yeah.
understand what's happening. And so, first 10 people that reach out, I will be happy to help you understand what you're experiencing energetically. So you'll be like, that's my energy. That's what that other stuff and it's called a magic carpet ride. And so, and it's just Maysha C, Maysha C 1965 at gmail.com. But I'll put that
We'll
down.
put it in the description. Yeah.
I'll put it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, girl, we're just giving stuff away today and telling people how to do this, how to rock, how to not be this, but do this
Yeah.
because I came here to dance.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right, girl, take us out.
Well, you guys have a wonderful day. Peace and love from my twin flame, my spirit guys, and I can't wait till next Tuesday.
Oh, I can't either. Let's just do it today. What do you think? This is Quantum Leap to Tuesday.
Quantum leap. Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Have a wonderful day.